Good evening, Pastor Parker here from Prayer for Today. Got a good episode for you today, folks. A good episode. We're going to talk about life. Life. Yes, life, honey. Talking about life. So let's get started right into it. Let's talk about this. So have you ever been driving, confident, you knew exactly where you was going, okay? And then all of a sudden, road closed. What? Detour. What? Wait a minute now. Detour, where is this taking me? I don't know where I'm going. I didn't plan for a detour. I didn't expect a detour. Now I'm somewhere on this road that's unfamiliar to me. It's uncomfortable, and I'm not sure. I'm unsure where I'm going and what I'm doing. Is that really talking about a detour on the road? It is, but it's also talking about life. So today I'm talking about when life takes a detour, when life seems to be unbearable, when life takes you off course, the anxiety and the stress and the uncertainty of life. It happens to us all at some point in time. But a detour doesn't necessarily mean you're lost. It means God is doing something maybe that you didn't have planned. You had all your plans laid out. You had everything planned out. You mapped out your life, your career, your finances, the person who you was going to spend your life with. You had all of this mapped out on this timeline where you wanted this stuff to happen. And you thought, I know the way to all of this. I got this taken care of. But listen to this. Proverbs 16:9 says, a man's heart plans his way, but the Lord directs his path. So you know what? You saying, I'm a Christian. I love the Lord. I'm a believer. So if that's the case, and you believe the word, it says that, you might have made these plans, but God will direct your paths. Your path, okay? He's going to direct your path on the plans that you have made. How are you going to get there? Because he knows best for you, okay? Detours are often divine reroutes, divine redirection a lot of times, and we don't want to get on this road. So you could have a plan, but you are not the final authority of the plan. Life has a way of interrupting what we thought was certain, what we thought was exact, But listen to this. Just because it didn't go your way, it doesn't mean that it's the wrong way. It just didn't go the way you wanted it to go. Okay, so that doesn't mean it was the wrong way. Listen to this. That detour, when that detour comes, let me tell you something about the detour. You didn't plan for the breakup. I was going to spend my life with this man or this woman. I didn't plan for this breakup. You didn't plan for the diagnosis. I had everything mapped out. Everything I wanted to do, my career, traveling, my job. Then all of a sudden I got this terrible diagnosis from the doctor. That's a detour. I didn't plan for this financial hit. Just wiped out my finances. I didn't plan for that. That's a detour. I didn't plan for this big delay. Things are not happening on my timeline. That's a detour. I didn't plan for this disappointment. I thought for sure I had to part the job. I was the number one. That's a detour. The disappointment is a detour. We're talking about life, detours. We're talking about how life can change overnight. Okay? And when you hit that detour, you know why we don't like detours? Because detours feel inconvenient. A detour feels confusing. And a detour feels like a mistake. It really does. But a detour is not necessarily a disruption. Not to God. It's never a disruption to him. Sometimes it's a part of his divine design for your life. Because sometimes we think we just know everything and we don't want to listen to nobody. Sometimes we get to the point we don't even want to listen to God. We got it all planned and mapped out. But maybe we haven't checked with him. Detours force us to pay attention. That's why we don't like detours. When you're on a detour, You cannot drive on autopilot like you normally do. You have to pay attention. Think about it. When you're on a trip or going somewhere, and all of a sudden you see a detour sign, you're not familiar with this path anymore. It wasn't what you had planned. What this detour forces you to do is, number one, you need to slow down. Girl, I'm talking. You need to slow down. You start looking around. You start watching closely. You start paying attention like you never paid attention before in years. You become more alert and more aware of what's going on around you. You start praying sometimes, Lord, help me. I don't know where I am. But there's a spiritual connection. We need these detours, okay? Sometimes God allows detours to get your attention. Some people only start seeking God when life stops going smoothly. Jeremiah 29:13, listen, you will seek me and find me when you search for me with all your heart, all your mind. Yeah, he said, you'll find me when you put all your heart and soul and mind into finding me. Excuse me, when you start seeking me. Riding around in a big V8 van with the gas needle on empty. All of a sudden, everybody in the van is on one accord. See, nobody was talking to each other, paying attention to each other. But then when that needle got on E, everybody was on one accord looking for a gas station, looking for a Chevron, looking for something. But they started paying attention because you're going to run out of gas. That's the way it is in life. Something has to happen to get your attention sometimes. And detours often do that. Detours will make you ask for help. They will humble you. Humility. You know, God needs people who are humble. He gives grace to the humble, is what it says. You thought you knew the way until you didn't know the way. Till you got lost. You went on a detour. That's real life. Pride keeps people lost. You got too much pride, you're going to be lost. Okay? Detours expose what we don't know. When you get on that detour, you don't know where you're going. You got to drop that pride. Some of us are not lost because there's no direction. We're lost because we won't ask for it. Girl, this is good stuff here. Listen to me. I'm telling you about life. This is real life stuff. You can't always trust your own navigation. Really, you can't ever trust it. Let me give you an example. Scripture, Proverbs 3:5-6 says what? Trust in the Lord. What? With all your heart. That's your mind. Don't lean on your own understanding. What it says, in all your ways, you need to what? Acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. You can get off that detour and get back on the right path if you acknowledge him and trust him. Detours are sometimes protection. Guess what? Sometimes you're on a detour to be protected. You're not mad about the road you're on, but you don't know what God kept from you when he put you on that road. It's a reason you had to go on this detour. Some things you're not ready for, and God has to send you another direction until you pay attention. Examples. The delay may have saved you. You don't even know. You may have been on the road to destruction to get killed. That delay saved you. That detour saved you. That closed door protected you. You thought you needed to go through this door right now. You was not ready. That relationship ended, preserved you. You thought, man, this is the one for me. No, that relationship ended actually probably preserved you to do what God called you to do. God will reroute you to protect you from what you prayed about, but you couldn't see. See, I prayed about this, but I couldn't see what was down the road. He had to detour me. I was running straight off a cliff. God knows the final destination. This is your hope. Believe what I'm saying here. Your final destination, God knows, and he knows how to get you there. You don't need to understand the route if you trust the one driving. If you let God drive it, you don't have to know the route. You don't have to understand the route. Just trust him to lead you and direct your path. Scriptures, listen, Romans 8:28. And we know that all things work together for good to those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. Now, if you call according to his purpose and you love him, then it's all going to work to your good, and you don't have to worry about a thing. Even your detour is still headed towards your destiny. When you get on that road to your detour, that's your destiny. You think you're lost, but God has got you on the road to where that divine destiny. Your calling, your true calling, okay? Not something someone else is telling you to do, or something that somebody else is telling you need to do, or you need to be, or where you need to go. Listen to this as I close. Some of you feel like you're off track. That's what you feel like today. Like life didn't go the way you planned. Like you took a wrong turn somewhere. But listen, I'm here to tell you today. I'm here to tell you, please get this. You're not lost. Remember, if God is still with you, you're still on the right road. I hope this short message bless you today. And I want you to remember this about detours. Detours develop you, okay? God doesn't panic when your plans fall apart. He does not panic. Your setback is God's way of setting you up to get something better. It's just a setback for you in your eyes, but God had it planned all the time. You're not behind. You're just being rerouted. You're going to end up at your destination at the right time. God is an on-time God. The route changed, but the promise did not change. God has got you if you just trust him, okay? God got you. So this message for anyone today, this message is for anyone who feels like they're lost, they're off track, they're confused, or they're spiritually disconnected. This message is for you. If you have been trying to navigate life without God, listen to this. Today is your moment, your opportunity to reconnect to the only GPS that leads to life eternal, and that's God's plan of salvation. This was a great message. I know it's going to bless you. If it blesses you, please share it with somebody else today. I want you to hit that subscribe button. I want you to hit it. I want you to like this video. Okay, and I have more videos, and coming up, and the one that's coming up on the screen, check that out. It'll be a blessing to you too. Thank you for watching and joining me. God bless you. I love you with the love of Christ. Have a great evening.